Fuck's sake. Sucks. Right, what's to discuss? Oh yes. I had intended to do this big send-off video for the GS. I really did. I gave Salvadorian Boy the idea when he did his GoPro crashed video thing. What did I do? No, I said it to him in passing. I said, oh, maybe you should give it a go where you do a video where it's all, you know, rest in peace drone. And he did, and it worked out really well. I liked how he did it. It's really good. And I was going to do something similar for the GS 500. You know, I was going to do some shots of the good times, the bad times, and the hilarious times. But I didn't want to in the end. I sat at my computer trying to download clips, some of my old ones. Because I had some good times on that bike. At the time I told the world that my girlfriend was pregnant, I was riding the Suzuki GS 500. I had the times where just nothing went right when I was trying to do it up. And there was the hilarious time where I banged my head off the brake caliper trying to look at the oil cover in the fairings removal video. You know, there were times where it was brilliant, there were times where it had me in tears. And I've got to be honest, I felt a bit sad letting it go. Because that little bike does something to you. It turns you into a little hoodlum when you ride it. You think, yeah, look at that fast. I mean, you think this one would, but it doesn't. This one is very, I'm not going to say it, but it's quite tame, you know, it's quite calm in its way, it releases its power, and I enjoy it as a ride, you know, it's that sort of thing. The GS was a little rebel bike, you know, it just wanted you to twist the throttle all the time. I am going to miss it. A damn good little bike. I turned it into what I wanted to, and then I sold it. It was just like, ah. I gotta be honest, if I'd sold it earlier on, I wouldn't have felt this way about it. I would have been like, oh, whatever. Big on, trouble bike. Stop trying to kill me. But I do regret having to sell it. On a plus note, the money's in the bank, so we can do serious house hunting. It's all very good at the moment. Like I say, GS sold, so the money's in the bank. We're just about to start officially house hunting. Because, you know, you want the money in the bank before you go looking so you can actually make offers. And we got the scan in a week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah, a week and a half. That will basically tell us the gender of our little one. Woo! Sorry, struggling with a bit of a burp that wouldn't move there. Sorry. I can't even tell you how excited I am for this scan. Me and Laura both, like, hyperactive, giddy about it. We just want it. We want it now. We want to go for the scan now and find out. It's just, but that's what we're like. It's amazing. We just can't wait to get down there, do the scan, find out the sex, and then we can. Oh, well, I don't know how we're going to tell everyone. Probably just going to tell them, but we're not big into that. Call everyone over, do a celebration thing. We're not those kind of people. We're probably just going to tell them like, hey, guess what, fuckers? It's a attack helicopter. But over the moon about it. There's only one thing not going right for us at the moment. Jinxed it now, fucking knobhead. But at the moment, there's only one thing not going right for us, and that's every house we look at or have planned to go look at has either sold or been removed from the market ahead of time. Now, I don't want to use the phrasing because it wasn't, but there was one house that was close to ideal. You know, it was well within budget. It was a good little house, garage, garden away from the main road. You know, it was everything I wanted from a property. A little bit snug, but you know, you can work around these things. And like I say, the fucker vanished from the market, so we were a bit like, oh, for fuck's sake. And it's not the first time. There's one that we really wanted. It had modifications to the building and a completely paved driveway, so it was going to be, you know, ideal for car and motorcycle regardless. It was on level ground that I know doesn't flood. You know, it was just, it was there, you know. In terms of house hunting, it was really good, and the price was immaculate. Of all the houses in our area, they're talking hundreds of thousands plus. Well, this one was selling for 95,000. Now, in terms of money and a mortgage payments, that would have been that would have been so good for our financial future. We could have paid that off and had plenty to spare, lived a good life for ourselves. And there would have been a boundary of safety there, because I know that if I saved enough, we could probably live on the savings for a few months, maybe even a year, if the worst should happen. Not that it will. I mean, I'm going to rearrange everything so that should the worst happen to me, they'll be scot-free anyway. But, you know, it's just one of them. It was... the opportunities we have unfortunately missed due to timing. But I keep telling her, I keep saying, look, I know this is shit and we missed out on something we wanted, and we'll probably miss out on the next one and the next one. Ultimately, the one we choose we'll be happy with. So, either way, we're still going to win. It just might take a little longer. But it still fucking sucks, don't get me wrong. Well, we're all on another day at work. Fuck's sake. Can I be fucking bothered? I can't be bothered going in, but I know that there's overtime coming up. Paid overtime, should I say. Sorry. Yeah, I know there's paid overtime coming up, so I'm probably going to be doing a lot of that. So if I'm not very responsive after this video, I do apologise, but it's probably because I'm fucked. I do try and answer texts and messages at work, but it doesn't always work out that way, you know. I mean, I'm sure you've all been there where you think, oh, I'll reply to that comment now, and just as you start typing it out, you think, actually, I'd rather drink bleach and fucking lie on the floor and let it end. Because if I know the way the overtime's going to fall for me, I'm going to end up doing a fuck ton more days than I like to do, and that's going to suck royal butt cheeks, but it'll generate more money, and that'll make us more powerful in our house buying problems. But it's just a fucking ball ache. Slow down for Mr. Yellow Box. Can he go speeding through Yellow Box zone? So we may be heading towards a quiet hump, unfortunately, with all this overtime going, because I can't afford to turn it down. Well, there we go. I may still do that video for the GS, I don't know yet, but if I get bored one afternoon and I've got time, which I fucking doubt I will, I may make one, but don't hold your fucking breath. The idea of overtime sickens me. Makes me want to claw out my own fucking eyes.